Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at the 33rd edition of what I like to call What I Eat Wednesdays, where we take a look at some of those What I Eat in a Day as a Fat Person videos on TikTok. It's crazy how we're 33 weeks into this series, isn't it? I can't wait until the 1000th episode, God willing. And you, my subscribers, willing. Which, by the way, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing today and leaving a like on this video. It really helps a lot. We're going to have some of the same characters as usual in today's video. Luckily, it's always something interesting and new that they're eating, not just a bunch of sugary carbs and other nonsense, right? To help lower my blood sugar, I must first apply comb to mustache.
Hi guys, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day. Remember, I'm fat and I don't eat healthy. Today for breakfast, I had some pizza that I put in the air fryer, and if you've never air fried pizza before, you definitely should because it came out so good.
Pizza for breakfast. That's definitely going to be a disrecommend from me. I know that it's an air fryer, but just the idea of frying pizza just seems so egregious to me.
Then for a little snack, I had this chocolate covered donut, but the frosting was really...
Hold on, did she say chocolate covered hoe nut on the screen? Yeah, she typed hoe nut. What is that supposed to mean? Not really sure what that's supposed to mean. Are you insulting people who eat donuts?
covered donut, but the frosting was really gritty and it kind of tasted...
Oh, what the heck? What is wrong with that frosting? It's just flaking off like that? It's all dry? That's a very old donut. That's the thing about going to the donut shop like in the afternoon. Those are likely the donuts that they made that morning. So some of them are going to be funky. But even if it wasn't old, all those sugary carbs are going to go right to your blood. Isn't it weird and kind of gross that you have blood sugar levels? Like there's sugar in your blood? Doesn't that sicken you? It sickens me. Like the idea that I got this sweet, sweet blood flowing through my veins, being all sticky, getting all caught up in the organs because it's too sticky to pass through. It just feels wrong. It feels very wrong.
weird, so I just peeled it off and ate the donut by itself.
Dude, if it was that old and gross, you should have just tossed it. Oh, I remember her. She's the girl that has that weird piercing. I believe it's called a smiley, where they pierce that little bit of skin that's right up there on the top of your gums in front of your mouth.
Today, dinner is coming in two parts because my boyfriend is bringing home some Chinese food and my mom is making spaghetti, and it would be so rude of me if I didn't have both, you know?
Yeah, that would be rude, huh? Yeah, I know that I fell into a diabetic coma soon after consuming this, but I didn't want to be rude, you know? My mom's over there looking at me like, hey, you gonna eat that spaghetti?
I don't think he knew exactly what he wanted to eat because he brought home a little bit of everything. I had some tempura shrimp.
Alright, so we're talking about the tempura shrimp, but you're holding up some other thing. I don't think that's the tempura shrimp there. That looks like some weird thing that's breaded in like some kind of soft bread dough. Not your usual tempura.
Vegetable spring rolls, cream
Oh, is that the vegetable spring roll?
cheese rolls, and my favorite was
Cream cheese rolls, vegetable spring rolls.
the shrimp summer rolls with the peanut sauce.
Shrimp summer rolls. Alright, I've heard of spring rolls. I've never heard of summer rolls before. Is there also a winter roll? Do we have a roll for every season? Either way, I'm not going to individually write down all the different aspects of the Chinese food. We all saw it.
This peanut sauce has me in a chokehold.
This peanut sauce has me in a chokehold. Oh yeah, why is that? Are you allergic to peanuts? Because then, literally, it would have you in a chokehold. Dad jokes. I got the dad jokes.
It is so freaking good. And just like I told y'all, dinner part 2 was going to be some spaghetti.
Alright, so you had two dinners. First you had Chinese food, and then you had spaghetti. What's happening?
I don't know about y'all, but if I'm having spaghetti, I need that bread.
Well, of course you need garlic bread when you're eating spaghetti. You gotta have some carbs with your carbs, you know? Switch it up a little bit. Maybe have a side of some rolls as well. Maybe some rice. A potato, too. What other kind of carbs are there? I could keep going on.
And the last thing that I had for the day was a fruit roll-up.
What the hell? The text on the screen says something about a troop. The last thing that I had for the day was a troop. Something. The text is also all cut off.
What I had for the day was a fruit roll-up. Just a little FYI, today is the last day to take advantage of the Black Friday sale at the coldest. But anyways, like I always tell you...
Wait, what?
last day to take advantage of the Black Friday, so what the coldest.
Today's the last day to take advantage of the Black Friday, so what the coldest? What?
But anyways, like I always tell y'all, that's enough about me. What did you eat today? Bye.
All right, love you too. Bye. Oh, you didn't say the love you part. Oh. You're just gonna say bye? Oh. Okay. I'm not crying, you're crying. Let's take a look at this and add it up. Alright, we started the day off with the most important food group of all, pizza. And to kick it up a notch and make it a little more festive, we went ahead and fried it. You know, because this is America, baby. Alright, and then for breakfast dessert, you had a chocolate-covered donut, which was of very poor quality, and it started crumbling apart, but we went ahead and finished it anyway. Listen, if you're gonna go off the rails and get donuts, you need to get a maple bar with bacon on it. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, and then later on you had some spaghetti. I have these in the wrong order. The Chinese food came before the spaghetti. So for first dinner, you had Chinese food. And then for second dinner, which is totally a thing that normal people do, you had some spaghetti with some garlic bread. I know that I'm always talking mess about this, but I used to eat the same way, dude. I used to love spaghetti, and I used to love my garlic bread with the spaghetti. In fact, I used to put the spaghetti on the garlic bread and eat it like that. A little bit of carbs on top of my carbs. With that sweet, sweet tomato sauce. You can't go wrong. And then for dessert, you had a fruit roll-up. There's never been anything close to a piece of fruit in a fruit roll-up. You understand? It's like 50% chemicals, the other 50% sugar. So, okay, after much consideration, I'm going to have to give this one a 1 out of 10. Yeah, geez, what are we doing? What are we doing over here? That was a little nutty, but the person we're about to cover now is the person that I've included in the past couple of What I Eat videos that's very honest. So, let's see how much crazier it can get.
What I eat in a day is a 260-pound fat woman.
Alright, so you're starting the day off with some Diet Dr. Pepper. This is the person before that was always drinking all those Kool-Aids. I don't know if those were diet as well. Maybe. Maybe all the sodas they've been consuming were diet. It doesn't make a difference, though. It's all the same.
First, I had a Diet Dr. Pepper.
A Diet Dr. Pepper and skipped breakfast. Alright, so you omitted breakfast in favor of a Diet Dr. Pepper, breakfast of champions.
And skipped breakfast. Then I had a coffee from Big B.
Alright, stop showing different food than the thing you're currently speaking about. They're starting to say, then I had a coffee from Big B, but they're showing chips now. Alright, we can clearly see that this is not a coffee, this is a milkshake that you're having for breakfast, along with the Dr. Pepper. Who needs eggs, toast, and a banana when you can have fake sugar and then real sugar for breakfast? Good thing you skipped that breakfast in favor of that.
And skipped breakfast. Then I had a coffee from Big B, and then I had...
Okay, and then you had some chips and cheese. What kind of cheese? Cheddar? Nacho?
Some chips and cheese. Obviously, not all of it.
Okay, so that's some sort of cheese sauce. I can see various chunks in there. Unless the cheese is just going bad and it's getting chunky, I'm guessing there's more than just cheese in it.
And then I had a...
She said, obviously not all of this.
Cheese. Obviously, not all of this.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with drinking a gallon of cheese sauce straight to the dome piece. Do you know how to live or what, dude?
And then I had a little gel candy.
Then you had a little gel candy. You had just one gel candy and that's what makes it little? Or you had a little bit of them?
Then I had some crackers and cheese.
Alright, so you've just been having a lot of snack foods today. Crackers and cheese, chips and cheese. It's a lot of cheese.
And we had tacos for dinner for Christmas Eve, so this is all of our taco stuff.
Alright, let's go back and take a look. Alright, so I'm seeing some of those pre-made taco shells. And then I'm seeing some soft corn, maybe flour tortillas there. We got some salsa. We've got some diced tomatoes.
And
we've got some shredded cheese. Something that looks like perhaps olives.
Tacos.
Not sure what this other stuff is. Perhaps that's onions in the middle. And then on the right, sour cream.
For dinner for Christmas Eve.
Looks like a pretty decent taco setup there.
So this is all of our taco stuff.
Is that ground beef, dude? Alright, it's time for another public service announcement from the Cynical Dude. Tacos aren't made with ground beef. They're made with shredded beef or chicken. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by the Cynical Dude. I mean, of course you can put whatever you want in there. You're just not being authentic, and therefore it doesn't taste as good. You're actually supposed to cook something like in a crock pot with various chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, all this type of stuff, and then shred it apart. Shredded beef is made in a crock pot.
There's the rice.
That's the rice that was the beans first, and then this is the meat. What? That rice was beans first? And then you turned it into rice? What sort of alchemy is this?
That was the beans first, and then this is the meat.
Oh, the first thing you showed me was beans. Okay, so there's rice and beans in here and meat. But you did end up using ground beef instead of shredded beef anyway. Going for that authentic Taco Bell flavor. Either way, it's better than eating out, so I'm not going to give you too much of a hard time about it.
Made myself a double-decker taco.
A double-decker taco? See, you are trying to be like Taco Bell right now. Did you have a crisp corn tortilla shell wrapped in a soft shell? Yes. You stole this from Taco Bell, this idea. You've got a flour tortilla, and then you got refried beans in there, and then inside, you have a taco shell. You are truly flying too close to the sun, and you're going to scorch your wings.
Had a cookie.
Oh, that was a cookie? I thought you were trying to make a Mexican pizza, like from Taco Bell as well.
Made myself a double-decker.
Okay, something about this cookie looks off. Oh, it's all frosting, that's what it is. I see a cookie down there on the bottom left. You can see under the mountain of frosting that there is a cookie under there, but this thing is like an inch thick with frosting.
Had a cookie. I had some wine and water.
Some wine and water. Together, or did you have them one at a time?
Some more wine, more crackers and cheese and wine.
I had some wine with water, some more wine, more crackers, more cheese, and more wine. You got a lot of wine in there.
Diet Mountain Dew, 2 cookies.
Diet Mountain Dew, 2 cookies.
Another cookie. Some chips and cheese with...
Oh my goodness. Okay, Diet Mountain Dew, 2 cookies. Another cookie, so that's 3 cookies. Some chips and cheese with water.
Water. Some Andes mints.
Oh, those are good. Don't you guys love those Andes mints?
A cowtail.
A cowtail. Alright, I've never heard of that. It looks like a Tootsie Roll or something. It says caramel brownie on there, so it's some sort of chocolate treat.
And ended the night with 2 Reese's trees.
Reese's trees? Oh, okay. I always called it Reese's. Alright, so you had a chocolate candy and 2 Reese's trees. Alright, I think we've got another honest day here. Let's take a look. You actually get an extra point for honesty, by the way. My scoring system is very mythical. I'm the only one who knows what's going on here. Psych! I don't know what's going on. Just kidding. Of course I do. Alright, you started off the day with a Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't know why I capitalized Dr. Pepper. Maybe because it's a doctor, and I respect the title. And then you had a chocolate milkshake. I mean, some coffee. I'm doing air quotes right now, you can't see it. So you started the day off with a blood sugar spike, and surprise, surprise, this would lead you down a path of eating unhealthy foods all day. Then for, I guess, breakfast, or at least the first solid food of the day, because there was definitely calories in that other stuff, you had chips and cheese sauce. And then for breakfast dessert, oh, I know you said you skipped breakfast, right? The Dr. Pepper and the coffee were the breakfast. So for a lunch dessert then, I guess, you had some gel candy. It's funny that you say you didn't eat breakfast, but then you went on to eat like at least 3 meals. Then for first lunch, we had crackers and cheese. And then for dinner, I think it was tacos. You tried your hardest to emulate some Taco Bell tacos. Then you went ahead and had yourself some wine, a classic. Then you had some more crackers and cheese, a Diet Mountain Dew, 3 cookies, chips and cheese, Andes mints, chocolate candy, and 2 Reese's trees. All in all, almost nothing but sugar and carbs all day, except for the tacos, which had some ground beef in them. Therefore, I'm going to have to give this one a 1 out of 10. The tacos were the only real food that you ate all day, so hence the 1. Next, I really enjoy the honesty of this person, though. Let's go.
What I eat in a day as a 260-pound fat woman. First, I had some sausage, eggs, and 2 pieces of toast.
Okay, by the time you finished saying sausage, eggs, and 2 pieces of toast, you had gone through 2 different items shown on the screen. Now I have to go back. Okay, a couple sausages, some egg, and a piece of toast. All right, okay, we're starting the day off good this time. Let's see how this affects the rest of her day.
First, I had some sausage, eggs, and 2 pieces of toast.
Oh, 2 pieces of toast. My bad, let me fix it.
Then some Diet Mountain Dew.
That looks like a pretty big bottle. Is that a 2-liter? I know you're not just drinking out of a 2-liter like it's a regular 12-ounce can or whatever. I bet after drinking that Diet Mountain Dew, your day goes completely off the rails. Let's take a look.
Then my boyfriend gave me wine and orange juice.
Then you had some wine and orange juice. You've been doing a lot of day drinking lately? That'll lead you to poor dietary choices as well. Alright, did you have those together? Is that a thing? I've heard of champagne mimosas where you mix orange juice with champagne, but I've never heard of mixing it with wine. I don't know if they were in the same glass or what. Then you had some prime rib, you're saying, and looks like a couple of sweet rolls.
We had
See, prime rib, some kind of fried thing on the top.
prime rib, 2 rolls, scallop.
Prime rib, 2 rolls, scallop corn, broccoli, and mashed potatoes. That is a comically small serving of broccoli compared to everything else. Man, that's a lot of carbs. I would recommend reducing the amount of carbs severely.
Corn, broccoli, and mashed potatoes. Then I had water with that. 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 1 raspberry truffle.
1 raspberry truffle, and then you're showing us this on the screen. Isn't raspberry a weird word? Technically, it's raspberry. Raspberry. I need to get a pop filter.
Some Dutch apple pie.
Okay, you need to sync up what you're saying with what's on the screen. The Dutch apple pie was just on there, but then when you say it, we're seeing the Reese's trees.
Two Reese's trees.
They're not Reese's, it's Reese's, like the person's name is Reese, and it's theirs. Hence the apostrophe S to show ownership. Alright, some almonds and pretzels. Those don't look like regular almonds, they look like they're coated in some kind of sweet nonsense.
Some almonds and pretzels. Some water. It's a color changing cup, guys. Some chocolate milk that my boyfriend stole. And some
chocolate milk that your boyfriend stole. I feel like we need a little more context for that. He stole it from where? The store? Does that make it have more or less calories? Then some mashed potatoes and scalloped corn. That's weird, I didn't know that you could scallop corn. I've had scalloped potatoes where they were cut into thin slices. I thought that's what made them scalloped. Maybe not. Oh, we're starting to reach the end of the page again.
some mashed potatoes and scalloped corn. 2 rolls. A Kool-Aid jammer.
Get this Kool-Aid jammer out of here. Enough with these. Alright, we've run out of room and we're starting to scroll down within the document now.
Candy,
Alright, you got some Sour Bites candy and some Airheads.
obviously. And a cookie and a half.
And a cookie and a half. Okay, we've scrolled way down on the page now. Alright, this is only the second time where we haven't had enough room on the document and we've had to scroll down, and this is the same person that did that the first time. So let's go and take a look. Alright, so you started the day off good with some sausage, eggs, and toast, although I think 2 pieces of toast is too much. So I had high hopes for this day that you were going to eat correctly all throughout the day since you didn't start off with a bunch of sugary nonsense this time. But I was mistaken, because after that, you had a Diet Mountain Dew, and then some wine and orange juice. I'm guessing that the wine is what contributed to you going off the rails for this entire day. If you start day drinking, dude, you're going to make a bunch of poor dietary choices, eat a bunch of garbage that you shouldn't. Alright, allow me to scroll down a little bit and see that then you had 2 rolls, some scalloped corn, broccoli, mashed potatoes, That's a whole lot more carbs right into the face hole. Then you decided to get sweet and have 1 raspberry truffle, then some Dutch apple pie, Reese's Trees, sugary almonds, pretzels, and chocolate milk. Dear Lord, what is going on? Help me, Rhonda, help me. Then you had some mashed potatoes, more scalloped corn, 2 rolls, that's all just straight carbs right there. Then you had a Kool-Aid jammer, some Sour Bites, Airheads candy, and a cookie and a half. My goodness. I'm gonna have to give this one a 0 out of 10. I said earlier I would give an extra point for honesty, and I did, and I also gave a point for the breakfast, but everything else was so deleterious to your health that it deleted both of those points, my friend. My goodness, what are we doing? That just about concludes our broadcast day. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.